So let's talk about copyright because copyright has been a huge thing on the internet, whether it be talking about the fair use stuff for, YouTubers and for content creators. And now we have the case with Twitch when it comes to the fair use of using things and how things can be seen as transformative. What counts as a transformative piece of media? And this is really kind of just in response to content creators on Twitch like Pokimane and Hassan thinking that they could stream a bunch of episodes of Avatar The Last Airbender and MasterChef because, content creation. And there's a lot of issues when it comes to the usage of this content the way that it is. So let's first talk about how fair use works. Fair use is a doctrine that is put in place for other creators to basically say, okay, well, I'm going to take this copyrighted piece of work and then I'm going to use it for my own means for, say, a video or for parody or for whatever, right? But you have to have a good reason as to why you're using it. You can't just say that I bought it from somebody or anything like that. It has to have a transformative purpose. So for instance, when video essays talk about, say, the symbology of a certain movie, they'll use certain movie clips and whatnot. This is kind of counted as fair use because you're utilizing a scene and bringing context to it in a way that you are, say, analyzing the movie. When a channel like Corridor Crew does a CGI artist react or a stuntman react, they are using the footage of films and other shows to basically talk about and contextualize a lot of the things that we see in media from the point of view of people who actually work on it. So again, for example, for their Stuntman React stuff, they go, okay, well, let's take a scene from this movie and have the actual stuntman break down how they did it and what kind of trials and tribulations they had to go through. It's essentially transforming a piece of entertainment into something that is kind of entertaining but also informative. And channels like Pretty Much It is pretty much a React channel in of itself, but they utilize it in a way that is commentary. Commentary tracks are usually transformative in nature because not only is it, a piece of media that we commonly consume, but it's also understanding what other people think about the movie as you're watching it. So how can we talk about Pokimane's situation? How can we talk about Hassan Piker's situation? It's simple. It's simply not transformative. The thing is that the main difference between something like Corridor Crew's React stuff and what Pokimane and Hassan Piker and various other Twitch streamers have been dinged for is because they aren't actually transforming the piece. Stopping a film or a TV episode every 5 minutes just to say wow or, nice effects or whatnot, it's not transformative. It doesn't really add much to the show, and it really doesn't add much for the viewer. It's essentially just taking an entire copyrighted piece of work, stopping it every 5 minutes, and just, there you go. But the full main reason why I'm talking about this is that a lot of React channels seem to talk about like their videos as if they are the pariah, that they think that their videos are the best videos on the internet because they are providing a service. They're making people laugh. And sure, they're making people laugh, but at the same time, you're not really transforming the piece at all. And see, the problem with people like Pokimane and Hassan Piker utilizing the whole fair use doctrine in this way is that it's not technically fair use, like at all. None of what they have done is fair use. And trust me, as someone who has been doing film reviews for the past 6 years now, I can tell you without a doubt, even if I used a small portion of a video to bring context to a situation, I still get dinged. That happens sometimes. It really depends on the person and it depends on the company. Some companies will let you get away with using trailer footage, but some companies, if you use too much of the trailer footage, you're going to get dinged, which is, annoying. And I know copyrights are annoying, especially on Twitch. There's a whole thing where they can't play copyrighted music. And so when it comes to games like Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, they had to create their own music playlist that could be played for Twitch streamers who want to play the game on Twitch and not the copyrighted songs they also added to the game. But I think the biggest problem when it comes to discussing this whole thing with copyright on Twitch is that it's going to inevitably fuck up everyone else because the more and more big Twitch streamers that do this, they're going to eventually force the hand of Twitch to basically say, well, Now you can't do anything copyrightable. You can't. And technically, gameplay is copyrightable. It is. Video games are copyright, and a lot of video gameplay channels would also be subject to a lot of copyright infringement. But the thing is that game companies actually view YouTubers and Let's Players and Twitch streamers as a big benefit to them. But again, the more these people keep doing this, the more they're going to fuck up everyone else. Because there are definitely Twitch streamers out there who definitely just do Twitch for fun. They have a side job and they just are like, oh, well, I could just Twitch on, I could just stream on Twitch for like a couple hours on a Saturday and have fun. I could play some video games. I could, do some other shit. I don't know what else like you could do on Twitch. But when it comes to things such as Twitch streamers taking whole episodes and not doing anything with it, not giving any sort of like responsive feedback or making the content interesting, it's basically just live streaming an entire episode for hundreds of viewers just so that these Twitch streamers can make money. And the biggest problem is that, again, as I said before, it's going to fuck up everyone else. And eventually, it'll probably lead to a lot more copyright takedowns. It's going to lead to a lot less creativity. It won't even matter if you have fair use anymore. It'll just say, you know what? No more copyrighted work unless you are the company that is making that work. It's a lot to really contend with. And trust me, I've commented a lot on fair use and copyright on my own channel over the years. When there was the hashtag, the hashtag fair use movement back in like 2015, I was way a part of that. But it seems now it just doesn't really matter to these younger Twitch streamers or just Twitch streamers in general. They don't give a shit because at the end of the day, they want their money. They want their Twitch streams. They want their Twitch chats. And they'll do anything, including breaking laws and not really following fair use doctrine. Hell, I would even argue that it's kind of hard to even do fair use with things on Twitch, aside from gameplay videos, of course. But I would contend it's pretty hard to do some form of fair use on Twitch unless you are actively reacting in time with the piece of content you're reacting to and giving some thoughtful notes and making it educational for people on your stream. And that is a thing. So the conversation around copyright is probably going to continue for a long time until somehow, in some way, a digital company is going to come in and say, oh, well, now guess what? No more copyright or some other bullshit. I don't think copyright's going to be extinguished. But this whole thing with Pokimane and Hassan Piker and all these other characters are going to end up ruining it for everyone else. And I swear to God, if anyone pushes back, like, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. I just think that reactions, the way that Pokimane and Hassan and various other channels on YouTube do it, they're all lazy. And the channels that I did mention, such as like Illegal Eagle and Corridor Crew, they actually do reactions that make sense. Like, you can do good reactions, but you have to have something thoughtful to say. You actually have to make it transformative. And when you're not making it transformative, you're not actually saying anything. You're not actually utilizing the fair use in a way that's actually fair use. You're just saying, oh, I have the DVD, so I can do what I want with it. That's not exactly correct. I will say eventually Congress or whatever, they're going to pass some sort of law that says even if you have a DVD, you can't stream it to other people online in any form or fashion. It won't matter. But, who knows? Maybe that's too draconian. I don't want it to happen. I really don't. I don't like thinking that, but it might happen. And so, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching my video on the whole copyright fair use thing. I'm still working on my best films of 2021 list, and that should be out probably in February. I still got some more films I got to go see, but that should be out in February. I thought this was a perfect opportunity to talk about this because this is always going to be an important conversation, especially for content creators and filmmakers and Twitch streamers and all these other characters, all these other things that we do. it's important to know these things. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.